In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on November 17, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Phoenix Suns versus Minnesota Timberwolves. The Phoenix Suns will travel to the Target Center on Sunday afternoon to face off against the Minnesota Timberwolves in a regular season matchup. Currently holding a 9-4 record, the Suns sit in 4th place in the Western Conference but are on a 2-game losing streak following a 99-83 road loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder on Friday. Meanwhile, the Timberwolves boast a 7-6 record, placing them 7th in the West, and they are coming off an exciting 130-126 overtime road victory against the Sacramento Kings on Friday. This game marks the first of 4 meetings between these two teams this season. The Suns will be playing without 2 of their key stars, Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal, which significantly weakens their lineup. On the other hand, the Timberwolves have no players listed on their injury report and will enter this contest at full strength. Minnesota has been effective on offense, shooting 47.3% from the field and 37.8% from beyond the arc, ranking 9th and 8th in the league in these categories, respectively. Defensively, they excel as well, allowing an average of just 111 points per game and holding opponents to 34.3% from three-point range. Conversely, Phoenix has struggled against the spread, failing to cover in 13 of their last 17 games and only once in their last 5 matchups against Minnesota. The Timberwolves, however, have covered the spread in 6 of their last 7 games against Pacific Division teams. Perimeter defense will be a critical factor in this game, with Minnesota holding opponents to a league-best 6th place ranking and 3-point shooting percentage, while Phoenix lags behind at 22nd. Offensively, the teams are trending in opposite directions. The Suns have averaged just 93.5 points in their last 2 outings, while the Timberwolves have scored an average of 112 points over their previous 3 contests. Phoenix initially showed promise at the start of the season, but their lack of depth is becoming apparent with 2 of their primary scorers sidelined. In contrast, the Timberwolves have recently overcome a 3-game losing streak with a gritty overtime win against the Kings. Although the Suns may be motivated after being eliminated by the Timberwolves in last season's playoffs, their chances are hindered by the absence of Beal and Durant. For a team so reliant on its top stars, losing 2 of their best players presents a significant challenge. While the Timberwolves have shown inconsistency over the past week, their potential is undeniable, and history favors them as the winner has covered the spread in the last 10 meetings between these 2 teams. Given the circumstances, the Timberwolves are well positioned to exploit the Suns' vulnerabilities, making the Minnesota Timberwolves to win and cover the spread as favorites our full game side pick. Without Kevin Durant, the Phoenix Suns have struggled to maintain their status as a competitive team in the Western Conference. Over the past few games, this has been evident as the Suns navigate life without their superstar, who is recovering from a calf injury. Phoenix has been unable to produce offensively, scoring only 83 and 104 points in their last 2 games. Meanwhile, Minnesota enters this contest riding the momentum of a hard-fought 130-126 overtime win against Sacramento, a victory that snapped a 3-game skid. The Timberwolves overcame a stellar 60-point performance by De'Aaron Fox in that game, with Anthony Edwards delivering a clutch 3-pointer late to seal the victory. However, their overall record of 7-6 indicates room for improvement, and 2 recent losses to Portland could prove costly later in the season. Phoenix's offensive struggles are concerning, as highlighted by their meager 9 3-pointers made in their recent loss to Oklahoma City. Against a Minnesota defense that ranks 7th in opponent 3-point percentage, the Suns are likely to face another tough challenge. Both teams are among the slower-paced squads in the league, ranking 17th and 21st in pace, respectively. Considering the Suns' injury woes and offensive struggles, combined with the Timberwolves' defensive strength, this game could be a low-scoring affair. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Miami Heat versus Indiana Pacers. The Miami Heat, currently holding a 5-6 record, aim to secure their second consecutive road victory as they prepare to face the Indiana Pacers, who stand at 5-7. The matchup is scheduled for Sunday night and will take place at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, promising an exciting clash between these Eastern Conference rivals. The Heat enter this game riding the momentum of a 124-111 victory over the Pacers on Friday night, an NBA Cup matchup in which Miami overcame 4.5-point underdog status. Over the last 10 meetings between these two teams, the Heat have a slight edge, winning 6 of those contests. Injuries could play a significant role in shaping the outcome, as Miami might once again be without their star player, Jimmy Butler, who is listed as questionable. Meanwhile, Indiana continues to grapple with the absence of Isaiah Jackson, Andrew Nembhard, and Aaron Nesmith. Despite some inconsistency in their performance this season, the Heat likely drew considerable confidence from their Friday win, especially given that Butler was unavailable. However, defeating the same opponent twice in a row on their home court is notoriously challenging. The Pacers, who struggled to find their rhythm in the previous meeting, are expected to bounce back with a stronger showing. As such, the Indiana Pacers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Miami may find it tougher to replicate the easy scoring opportunities they enjoyed on Friday. Although the Pacers have not been strong defensively overall, they excel in limiting opponents from beyond the arc, ranking 5th in the league in opponent three-point percentage at 33.6%. Furthermore, the Heat play at a relatively slow pace, ranking 23rd in pace of play this season. Indiana's defensive style compounds this issue as they force their opponents into lengthy offensive possessions, averaging the second longest defensive possession duration in the league at 15.1 seconds per possession. While the Pacers' high-scoring offense might exploit Miami's defensive vulnerabilities and potentially tally 130 to 140 points, the pace statistics suggest a different betting angle. Miami also tends to extend its defensive possessions, with the 5th longest average defensive possession time in the NBA. These combined dynamics indicate that the overall game tempo may not be as high as anticipated, creating value in betting on the under for the projected total. Thus, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Detroit Pistons versus Washington Wizards. The Detroit Pistons, currently holding a 6-8 record and sitting in 7th place in the Eastern Conference standings, are set to face the Washington Wizards on November 17th at Capital One Arena. The Wizards, who are struggling with a dismal 2-9 record and ranked 13th in the Eastern Conference, will aim to snap their losing streak. The Pistons are coming off a narrow 99-95 road victory against the Toronto Raptors on Friday, a win that they hope will ignite a winning streak. Meanwhile, the Wizards are reeling from their 7th consecutive loss, a 129-117 defeat at the hands of the Atlanta Hawks on the road. Detroit may face this matchup shorthanded, as key players Tim Hardaway Jr. and Simone Fontecchio are listed as questionable. On the Wizards side, Saddiq Bey remains sidelined indefinitely, leaving Washington with a depleted roster. The Pistons have shown signs of improvement recently, securing victories in 2 of their last 3 games. While their offense isn't particularly high-scoring, averaging slightly over 114 points per game in their last 3 contests, they've demonstrated an ability to dominate the offensive glass, pulling down over 13 offensive rebounds per game. This aggression on the boards provides them with valuable second-chance scoring opportunities. In contrast, Washington's defense has been porous, surrendering more than 120 points in 5 of their last 6 outings, which positions Detroit for a strong offensive performance in this game. The Wizards, on the other hand, have struggled mightily on the offensive end, particularly in recent road games. They've been unable to keep up with opponents due to subpar rebounding and poor ball handling, which often leads to turnovers and easy scoring opportunities for the opposition. Detroit's defensive performance has been commendable, particularly in away games where they've held opponents to an average of 105 points per game. This defensive tenacity could further stifle Washington's already floundering offense, giving Detroit a significant edge in this contest. When analyzing both teams' recent defensive metrics, Detroit appears to have the upper hand. Over their last 4 games, the Pistons have allowed an average of 118.5 points, a figure that, while high, is still better than the Wizards' defensive struggles, as they have allowed an average of 124.8 points over their last 5 contests. Additionally, the Pistons' ability to contest shots effectively is reflected in their 6th-ranked opponent field goal percentage of 44.9%. Conversely, the Wizards rank a lowly 24th in this category, allowing opponents to shoot 47.2% from the field, highlighting a glaring disparity in defensive capability. The Pistons have demonstrated resilience this season, and their efforts are beginning to pay off. If they hope to make the most of their competitive performances, this is the type of game they must capitalize on. In contrast, the Wizards remain winless in November and are a disappointing 3-8 against the spread this season. Their offense is below average, and they rank last in the league in points allowed, making them a team to avoid in their current form. Detroit, on the other hand, has shown steady consistency, making them an appealing pick as slight favorites in this matchup. With a chance to inch closer to a .500 record and build momentum for a potentially successful season, the Pistons are well positioned to secure a victory, so the Detroit Pistons to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Offensively, neither team has been particularly prolific recently. Detroit has averaged 110 points over their last 4 games, while Washington has managed only 107.4 points in their previous 5 contests. Both teams also suffer from underwhelming true shooting percentages, with Detroit ranking 21st in the league at 56% and Washington faring even worse in 25th place at 50.8%. Given these struggles, this game is unlikely to see a high-scoring affair. Consequently, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.